Prince Harry was so wrong to say that King Charles wasn't made for single parenthood, a royal commentator has claimed. It comes ahead of his potential return to the UK next month to speak at the Invictus Games 10th anniversary service, which will take place at St. Paul's Cathedral on May 8. The Duke left the world stunned with his memoir, Spare, in which he savaged the royal family and shared intimate details of growing up in a life of privilege. Among the allegations and controversy, Harry said he felt his father had always given an air of not being quite ready for parenthood, the responsibilities, the patience, the time. Even he, though a proud man, would have admitted as much. But single parenthood, Pa was never made for that. To be fair, he tried, he added. Now, however, royal editor Matt Wilkinson has hit out at the Duke's claims and said they were unfair towards the Charles, who became king in September 2022. Speaking to the Sun's show Royal Exclusive, he claimed, "This is why one of the things Harry said in his book Spare about his father was so wrong," he claims. "I watched the then prince with his children and he was as loving to those boys as was Diana. Diana was much more extrovert." Referencing the time Harry and William arrived on the Royal Britannia, he continued, "Diana and Charles had just finished a job. Diana walks up the gangplank plank. Charles is very polite. He stands there and says hello to the captain, first officer and cook. Diana ignores them all and runs practically down the gangplank with her arms wide open, and the boys rushed up to her. And that's the picture that made the newspapers all over the world. Poor old Charles is left looking like a lemon as he was in India when he didn't take her to the Taj Mahal and left her sitting alone there while he was addressing a business meeting 500 miles away. He just didn't get those sorts of things right." Then, recalling the time Harry and William went to Canada shortly after Diana's, he said, "It was like the Beatles had arrived. The boys were walking up to an event and the screams, it was like the Beatles. It was just pop star stuff. I was behind them and Harry kept saying to William, 'Raise your hand again and see what happens.' And of course, all these girls were trying to rush forward. And they were really, really close, and this is what makes it so sad that they're so far apart." When William becomes king, the first always believed Harry would be one of his top advisors. That's right out the window now. Harry and his wife, Meghan Markle, stepped down as senior royals in January 2020 following a period of tension between them and the royal family. The couple kept their Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles, but are no longer addressed as His or Her Royal Highness, HRH. Harry also gave up his military titles. They have only returned to the UK a handful of times, including for the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee in June 2022, and her funeral in September of that year. Separately, Harry returned for the King's coronation in May 2023 alone, and for a 45-minute meeting with Charles after Buckingham Palace announced that the King was being treated for cancer.